Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Just Saying Football with Jack and Sean. I'm your host, Sean Gann, alongside my partner, Jack and Nicholas. We're here to bring you news, notes, weekly updates, and game analysis of your favorite teams from around the league. If you've not had the chance, go check out our website at justsayingfootball.com and follow us on Instagram at justsayingwjs for article and video updates. Week 15 continues at 4 o'clock, my friend, when the Cincinnati Bengals make their way to Denver to take on the Broncos. What are your thoughts on this one?
Man, two teams just trying to stay alive right now in the AFC playoff race. Both 7-6. Both have very competitive divisions right now, and both very young teams. Right now, the Bengals, they are being run through Joe Mixon. Joe Burrow operating this offense over the last couple of weeks. Joe Burrow has looked like he's been struggling a little bit, but T. Higgins, Jamar Chase both having great performances. For me, it's about their offense going up against the Denver defense.
Yeah, Denver defense has been looking pretty good. Only second least amounts in points, 17 points per game. That's exactly what you want to see. Ninth best in the past, 10th best against the rush.
Yeah.
Doing really, really well. But what I like more than anything is I like this Bengals offense. I think that they've been playing really well. T. Higgins, 3 100-yard receiving yard games in a row. Everyone seems to be getting involved. I think it's going to be two good matchups, and I don't know if the Broncos offense will have enough to go up against this Bengals defense, so I'm going to go with the Bengals in this one.
Yeah, I think that the Bengals defense has stepped up enough where we've seen them get it done. Usually they lose to teams that have heavy passing defenses, but with Cincinnati, that's really where they struggle. They're the third worst passing defense in Cincinnati. Denver, is the 19th best passing offense. Not what you want to see from Denver to even out how good their defense is right now. If Denver does win this game, I believe that it will be on the run game. I'm loving what they're doing, though. I think that I like Denver in this one. I just like what they're doing with Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams. I think that Teddy Bridgewater's playing clean football, and in the wins for Denver, they have shut down some important offenses, especially just a couple weeks ago with Los Angeles, against the Chargers. But I do like Denver in this one.
All right, I like it. Moving on, we have the Atlanta Falcons making their way to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Cordell Patterson, touchdown machine, 10 touchdowns on the season. What are your thoughts going into this one?
Both teams kind of seem like it's crazy, but, they're both still in the NFC playoff race despite having a lot of injuries, despite the Falcons losing Calvin Ridley, which is a huge blow to their offense. For me, it's really about which quarterback do you trust more here, Matt Ryan or Jimmy Garoppolo. And for me, it's really about the San Francisco 49ers offensive scheme. Not as much as, Atlanta, Cordell Patterson, as you mentioned, is great. But for me, the Niners have been playing sound football. They're 7-6. They're staying alive right now, despite the Cardinals and Rams being so good. I actually like the Niners in this one, which is nuts. They're at home. They're favored by 9. I like that one for them. I think they have a great, offensive scheme. Their defense steps up. And Atlanta, we've seen them struggle this year.
Yeah, Atlanta has struggled this year. I think that they'll fight for a quarter or two, and that's about it. George Kittle has had over 150 receiving yards the last 2 games. He's getting really involved in this offense. That's spills danger for the rest of the NFL. It's not what you want to see. If you're the other opposing teams, you just really want to not Kittle to be going off. So yeah. I'm definitely going with the 49ers. I don't think the Falcons will be able to slow down him or Deebo Samuel, who's also similar to Cordell Patterson, touchdown machine, running the ball, receiving the ball, doing whatever he can to find the end zone and find rushing yards. So I think it's the 49ers for sure. So moving on with the Green Bay Packers making their way to Baltimore, take on the Ravens. Does not look like Lamar Jackson's going to be in this one with an ankle sprain that he suffered last week, buddy. So what are your thoughts going into this one?
Tyler Huntley last week, actually stepped up. We saw him step up a couple of weeks ago in that Bears game, and last week had to, really just step up with, having 38 pass, attempts. He had 27 completions, 270 through the air and a touchdown. He also had 6 for 45 on the ground, not adding all of the Lamar stats, but add some things in the passing game. I'm really liking what I see from them, on the offensive side. But the Packers right now, they have such an advantage with the way that Baltimore's defense has been playing. They have lost Marcus Peters, lost Marlon Humphrey. They have a weak secondary right now, and it's a huge advantage for Rodgers and Devontae Adams. We've seen AJ Dillon come through the last couple of weeks, in this Packers offense. I really like the Packers. I think their defense has shown up a lot, but their offense the last couple of weeks scoring over 35 points in every game. Very impressive since that, stinker against Seattle where they won 17-0, but it was still an ugly game. I mean, AJ Dillon's had 50 yards every game since then. He's definitely a big focal point of this offense. I really like the Packers in this one.
Yeah, I sadly have to agree with you. The Baltimore Ravens have the worst passing defense right now. They're not really playing well defensively. No Lamar Jackson. This one is a huge loss for them. Although there's no Kenny Clark for the Green Bay Packers, he's on the COVID reserve list. I just think that Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are going to have a field day on this passing offense, on this passing defense. And Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon are both solid running backs. They can get the job done any given day. So I think that right now the Packers offense could be a little bit too much for the Ravens defense. Got to go with them. And now moving on to our Sunday night football matchup. Really great NFC South matchup, buddy. New Orleans Saints taking their way to Tampa Bay facing the Buccaneers. Saints will not have Sean Payton in this game. He is on the COVID reserve list for the team. A lot of people are on it, my man. So Saints going to win another one against the Buccaneers and sweep them back-to-back years in the regular season.
I mean, I don't know. I think Tom Brady right now, this is the Cryptonite team against him. But, the Bucs are favored by 10.5 in this one, especially with Sean Payton not being there. He's not there to, show why he is, a top 5 coach in the NFL, and he's able to scheme week by week. Tom Brady's leading in almost every major passing category: attempts, completions, passing yards, touchdowns. And, for me, it's just showing what they've been doing in this offense, how Leonard Fournette's been getting involved. We know this Tampa Bay defense is there to shut down, the offense. But it's interesting to see them going up against Taysom Hill. For me, Taysom Hill's impressed the last couple of weeks, but he's made a lot of mistakes. And this defense is one that makes you make mistakes. So it's tough for me to pick New Orleans in this one.
Yeah, I like the Buccaneers as well going into this one. I think that Fournette has really been playing well as a running back, and he's just been dominating in the receiving game for them, really helping out in the way he's running the ball. The defense, I think, for both these teams are going to need to step up if you don't want to have like a repeat of the tons of points being scored. Like the last time was a 36-27 victory by the Saints. But it does seem to be Tom Brady's kryptonite. But I think this is the finally the game where he gets him back. He doesn't need to wait for the playoffs like he did last year. I think this is the one where he just gets the job done in the regular season. But I do expect a big game from Alvin Kamara. He's coming off a 120-yard rush game against the Jets. But front seven of the Buccaneers is a little bit better than the front seven of the New York Jets.
Yeah, definitely. And, even for me, it's, we talked about all these guys on Tampa Bay, but Chris Godwin the last 2 weeks, I mean, he had 17 targets and 15 catches 2 weeks ago. Franchise record. He had 143 yards. Last week, he had 15 targets for 10 catches. He had 105 yards through the air. I mean, this is now becoming the part where we're seeing parts of, Tampa Bay's offense clicking better than ever. And they're looking unstoppable. In their 4-game win streak, they have yet to score under 30 points. And they've beaten some good teams in that span. They beat Buffalo. They beat Indianapolis. I'm very excited to see what Tampa does down the stretch. And I think that this is kind of that primetime game where they get it right. And Tom Brady shows why he's Tom Brady.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That's all the time that we have, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, enjoy the 4 p.m. games. It's a crazy week. Keep an eye on your fantasy lines. Keep an eye on all these games. Check us out, justsayingfootball.com. Just Saying Football on YouTube. And just saying no G, just saying no G WJS on Instagram for all your article and video updates. Thank you guys for checking us out.
Enjoy.